Bro, why the fuck is rent so high?
How are we expecting people to rent when they have to pay first and last month's rent plus a security deposit?
Just talk about how difficult it is to get into the UK jobs market right now.
These job applications, what the hell?
Job hunting in the UK fucking sucks.
It's not just me, it's not just you, it's not anyone else I've been speaking to. The market is...
Really well-respected subjects are just broke.
So I spoke to a recruiter earlier today and they told me the job market in the UK is dry.
But no one's hiring. No one's hiring. What's going on?
Paying $2,000 for a one-bedroom apartment, bro?
My apartment building is trying to charge me more rent than the other people who have the same exact floor plan.
It sucks, but people are really drowning right now.
Guess how many updates we've gotten in this apartment? Oh wait, none.
Our 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment where I live right now, it's about $2,900.
I have a marketing degree. I also have a certification in front-end development. I can speak 2 other languages. I'm currently living in London and I've been applying for jobs for over 6 months and zero responses. So if anyone knows anybody hiring, I'm more than happy to send my resume.
One thing for sure and 2 things for certain. Listen closely. If you have a job in this economy, you best hold on to that shit tight for the next 4 years minimum. This UK job market is no joke. Speaking from someone that used to bang jobs from left, right, center, the game's gotten tougher. Y'all better start racking up that bread, cause child.
Y'all, I'm so happy. I just paid off my motherfucking rent until June.
My apartment didn't come with a fucking fridge.
$3,600 for a 1-bedroom apartment?
Trying to give everything an extra fee, 1 car per unit. Trash valet pick that's $30 and the nigga don't even pick up the trash like that no more. Feel like these rules are run by a Karen in the suburbs.
I cannot fathom paying $1,000 a month to live with 3 other people. It literally bothers me that rent prices have gotten so insane that you're gonna pay $4,000 for a tiny ass unit.
Can we just talk about finding a job after uni? So I graduated 6 months ago and I have just got my first interview. I have been applying like crazy. It's literally a full-time job. You literally work so hard to get your degree and then it's almost like you have no time to feel like you've accomplished something because you're just constantly okay, get a job quickly, and everyone's no, you don't have experience, we need someone with experience. And it's almost like that degree is just kind of for nothing. Why is it so hard to work? I'm offering you labor. Why is this a thing? I don't get it. Especially if you don't really have experience. I just don't feel like it was pushed on students enough at uni. Then you start from square one, applying for apprenticeships, applying for work experience, volunteering. We're not taking on any more people, and I'm reiterate the non-paid part. You don't know what you're doing, you feel like a bum. I just would like to know what this system is. Why is this a thing?
The current state of the UK job market, especially for graduates and young professionals, it reads like a raw, honest collective scream from an entire generation being gaslit by a broken system. There are a few major themes running through this that are worth unpacking and addressing directly.
Hi, I'm looking for a studio apartment. I can afford the $1,000 a month rent. I can put first and last month's deposit down. I have a good credit score, good background record. I also have never been evicted. Yeah, well, you need to make 3 times the rent every month, so. I mean, I make close to it, but I don't make $3,000 plus every month. Well, looks like you can't be here then.
My apartment didn't come with a fucking fridge. I was talking to one of my friends the other day about how crazy it is renting a fucking place in LA. And when I brought up the fact that I had to literally buy a fridge to move into my place because no place I'd been able to look for and find and qualify for came with the fucking fridge. Was that not fucking illegal, bitch? Where am I supposed to eat? How am I supposed to eat my food? Let's be so for real. Or you could have rented a fridge from them for $40 a month. What the fuck I look like renting a fridge, bitch? That shit gonna add up, you feel me? So I had to buy a little fridge, girl. And I'm not gonna lie, she worked good, but it's just the principle. cold. Like, I'm paying $2,000 a month and bitch, you don't come with a fridge? LA needs to chill the fuck out.
My apartment building is trying to charge me more rent than the other people who have the same exact floor plan. And all of the other floor plans, no matter where they are in the building, are all $1,820, and they're trying to charge us $2,155. $2,155. I'm dead. Actually, not even just $1,820. New residents get a discount that brings the price down to $1,592. So I wrote my building a letter and I said, I'll pay $1,592. It would be my pleasure to sign a lease for $1,592. They're just trying to up my price because my husband and I signed a lease during COVID. So we got this like inflated price. The building was new. No amenities were even done yet. So we've been paying $2,144 for the past year. Now they want to up it to $2,155. Obviously, you know that like if a building is only going to raise your rent $11, you know that they are bullshit. So I was like, cool, I'll pay $1,592. That's my renegotiation with you. I'll pay $1,592. And they were like, thank you for your negotiation. We can offer you $1,894. $1,894 is still higher than $1,820, even if we didn't get the discount, the new resident discount that they have on there. I'm losing my mind. I emailed them back and I was like, I will pay no higher than $1,600. This is how we do it. Say your prayers. I'm done with this. $2,155. They came down to $1,894. They're gonna come down to $1,600. I'm gonna fight them.
We are in the bad place. No hate, no shade to this poor lady who's trying to do her job. But I looked this up. Apparently this is in Boston. What do you mean y'all are paying $3,600 for a 1-bedroom apartment? New England prices are already hell on earth, but y'all, it's that rough over there in Boston? $3,600 for a 1-bedroom apartment? That is a mortgage price for a big house in the burbs where I'm from. Are you joking? Like, I kid you not. For that much money, you could literally have a pool in your backyard in the suburbs of Philadelphia. You could probably buy acres of land somewhere down south too. But it's getting out of hand because, you know, a lot of the time people have no choice but to live where they live. But $3,600 for an apartment.
Bro, why the fuck is rent so high? Like, rent is hella high for no reason. Like, bro, you paying $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment, bro? That you still got to pay Wi-Fi, water, gas, and all that other shit. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, I'd rather just stay with my peoples. You feel me? I'd rather just stay with folk of them. Because rent is too high for me. You know what I'm saying? There's no way an apartment should cost more than a house. I be going on apartments.com and Zillow and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just be looking like, okay, like this is a nice little 3-bedroom house, 2.5 bathroom for about 17. You know what I'm saying? 1,700. But then you go look at some apartments. Motherfucking apartment, 1-bedroom, 2,000. Studio. Nigga, your bed is your kitchen, nigga. That's too much, bro. And everybody be wanting to buy these expensive ass shit. It's not me. I'm just gonna stay with folks until I get till shit go down. You know what I'm saying? Shit, might as well do something. I don't fucking know. You got a roommate with other people. I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? But rent is too fucking high. They need to bring.
Degrees don't guarantee jobs anymore. You work so hard to get your degree, and it's like you've accomplished nothing. The job market today demands experience for entry-level roles, creating a paradox. You need experience to get experience. Many grads are stuck in this cycle. What's worse is uni.
Why did I have to live in an economy that a fucking 1-bedroom apartment is $1,700? And that's just for decent living. For $1,200, you can go live with the roaches. Like, where the fuck is the 800 apartments that I was hearing about as a kid? Why is everything so fucking expensive?
Hot take, and I'm not judging because I literally was in this situation like a few months ago. I cannot fathom paying $1,000 a month to live with 3 other people. It literally bothers me that rent prices have gotten so insane that you're gonna pay $4,000 for a tiny ass unit. So like, for example, the situation I was in was I graduated college, I got a full-time job. It was downtown, and so there wasn't a lot of options, and I couldn't afford to live by myself. So I had to live with like 3 other college students. I paid $1,000 to live with 3 girls. Keep in mind, our unit was tiny. I could not fit like literally anything in my room. I was like crammed. I've learned like how to be a minimalist now because like I had no room in that apartment. My walking pad was like literally right next to my bed. Like there was no privacy.
But I'm just not understanding like how people are graduating college and like moving out on their own, trying to be independent, trying to like stream away from their parents. And you're going to tell me that it costs $1,000 to live with 3 other people. So obviously, if I didn't live with 3 other people, I'd be paying $2,000 in rent. $2,000. Keep in mind that that doesn't include any other bill you have, on top of the fact that that is literally like half of what you make. The math like doesn't make sense in my brain. And the fact that now I live in a lot less busy area and the rent is still expensive as fuck. I don't live anywhere near where I go to school. I drive there every day and the rent is still fucking ass crack expensive. When I moved into this apartment, we didn't even have a washer and dryer. Like, what do you mean? Like, and this is not me being a brat, like, get fucking better rent prices. No wonder people are living in their parents' basement. Like, this is why. Oh, not to mention I had 2 sources of income too.
Idiot. Sorry, I'm just frustrated that when I go into work, my salary is probably going to be like 30% less compared to the same guy doing the same job in America. How's that fair? I'd get it if it was like with some war-torn third world country, fair enough then, innit? Like salaries are going to be lower. We're both developed first world countries.
Alright, this is a post from Reddit talking about the UK job market. It says, it's killing me too. The job market is effing me around, so I had to accept a job I don't want, which pays less, 23k, than I was getting before, 27k, to pay my £780 rent in an 8-person house share, which is driving me round the bend. I didn't expect to still be doing this in my 40s. So this post from Reddit just solidifies what I've been saying on my TikTok account, which is that people are staying in HMOs for longer and HMOs are killing people who are over the age of 30. When you hit 30, most people want to start a family, they want to start building, they want to start getting into a solid relationship, and they want to start looking for a long-term partner. You can't do this if you're in a HMO. You can't raise kids inside of a HMO. And it creates a very strange dynamic when you're in a HMO in your 40s and you're showing people who are just coming out of university, or maybe even in university, in student housing. Not to mention, going back to the UK job market, this guy is in his 40s and he's getting paid £23,000 a year. In your 40s, that just simply isn't a great wage. Now, I don't know what this person's circumstances. Obviously, life has its twists and turns and things happen sometimes. But it's going to be super challenging in your 40s to be able to get by on £23,000. Now, this person probably will be getting universal credit as well to top that up. But the fact is, they're paying £780 rent for a room in an 8-person house share. That, to me, is an extortionate amount of money. Now, this person doesn't say whether they live in London or not. I'm guessing not, because if it was London, that number is probably going to be higher. But it just goes to show you the state of things in the UK right now with the job market, people's social mobility, the housing, and the general economy. And I think generally this country is going down the drain faster than we think.
Can we just talk about how difficult it is to get into the UK jobs market right now? Is it just me, or is it stupidly hard to get contracted employment? All my employment's agency anyway, so I don't normally have to worry about this, but as an experiment, I applied for a weekend job. I'm not going to name the shop, but it was just stacking some shelves. And the application process was ridiculous. Ridiculous. So you had to do 2 assessments, and one was the equivalent of a personality test that took half an hour to do, and the other one was some sort of situational test in which quite a few of the answers were quite similar anyway. And then that doesn't even get onto the application form, in which you have to write almost the equivalent of War and Peace. I mean, I got ChatGPT to do it, because it would have taken me over an hour to do. How is anyone employed?
The application process is demoralizing. I spend hours rewriting applications and don't even get a rejection email. This is one of the most dehumanizing parts of the system. Candidates jump through endless hoops tailoring CVs, writing unique cover letters, filling out redundant forms just to get.
Listen, so let me tell you all this. I had a customer earlier today, got her approved, but she just could not, and I understand, just could not to afford the monthly payments. Let me tell you the reason why. Her rent by itself for a 2-bedroom apartment was $1,900. I'm like, wow. That's how much you pay. Yeah. And only bring home a certain amount. So you factor in people out here paying $2,000. I had one customer paying $2,800, $3,000 a month for a mortgage. That is absolutely insane. I mean, I'm blessed and I'm realizing it. I can afford whatever I want, but at the same time, that's too much for rent. The homes is too high. The rent right now, I get it. I understand. And wow. There's some people out here in some tough situations because of just to pay for rent. $2,000 or $3,000 for rent and mortgage. That's a lot of income. That's a lot of income going out. That's just by itself, not including car insurance and if you need a car and food. Inflation is just ridiculous. It is. And it's having a trickle-down effect on the car market, your food, everything. Pretty soon, man, I'm telling you, we're going to have to go back to having multiple people in the house just to survive. You need everybody in the family to just pull their fair share of the expenses. And I see why some cultures out here is doing that right now. I understand. Wow.
Y'all know how back in the day they used to have rent parties to help somebody who was short on the rent or whatever. They all chip in a couple of dollars. People will come over. Baby, this why we don't do that. We can't do that because everybody need help on their rent. Everybody need help on their rent. Shit. And that's how y'all know it should be a motherfucking problem.
So I've been apartment hunting and I think I'm pretty close to locking one down, fingers crossed. But maybe it's because I lived in the Midwest before California. But what happened to the price of rent? What's going on there? Because I remember when like $1,000 or $1,500 would get you a whole house. That's what we were trying to do. And even that used to be kind of tough at times. But now it doesn't even get you all the appliances. And they really try to dress this up. They're like, oh, it's the price with the washer dryer. And it also comes with a microwave. A microwave. Your selling point is the microwave. And then they'll go like, oh, you know, we don't charge you if you want to have a view or if you want to be on this thing. I was like, congratulations. That's everybody's standard. But when did it become that you are charging people an arm and a leg, a deposit, an application fee, and all the doodads, and your selling point is like, we give you a microwave? Keep in mind, I'm not even going to get a refrigerator for the price that I'm paying at, but I'm not about to go pay more money for less space, slightly less, in like a more inconvenient area and all that other stuff. But I need to know what's going on because this cannot be real. If you decide that your method of profit is charging people housing, you make that your responsibility. You have to create the space for people to live because that's how you've decided you want to make your money. Telling me like, oh, I'm charging this really low price, but, or this really high price, but don't worry, I gave you a microwave and refrigerator. Yes, because that's the standard of living. You've decided that's how you want to make your money, by charging what people need to live. So you need to accurately price that. I don't know why I'm expected to look at that like you're doing me a favor, because I'm also doing you a favor. This is ridiculous. Who's in charge? We need to talk.